Bet you there's no people working. Smells like shit. That smells like shit.
Who gets the blame if this deal falls through, and what is the potential ripple effect for the American people?
Well, there's no, I've been around Donald Trump a lot, so I've got to know him very well in the last 10 years. There's no question he was joking about that. To me, it's very serious. But listen, this is a critical moment for the Trump presidency. We all want to see a peaceful outcome here. We want to see the Iranian regime denuclearized, and we want to see a prosperous economy. And so, people keep asking me, well, what has Trump really achieved here? And the answer is, well, if this continues to go in the right direction, that we will have disarmed Iran, and the benefits to that could be the saving of potentially millions of lives. So the stakes are very high here. The situation seems to be changing by the hour. We're now at gasoline here in the United States, around the country, around $4 a gallon. I do think if this deal goes up and that Iran sticks to the deal, then we'll see prices fall to below $3.50 a gallon in the months ahead.
Yeah, a lot of Americans hoping for that. Inflation, up where we want to see it over 4%. But on the flip side, we have seen a job market that's been able to be resilient even amid all of these pressures. Something we're following closely for a lot of Americans. Let me turn to this, though. I'm curious to get your perspective on kind of story we were talking about earlier today. President Trump had a debut in this Air Force One. That was 747 that was gifted from Qatar. It was set to cost under $400 million in security modifications. With everything that's going on, do you think it's a worthy expense right now? Again, we're just talking about the American consumer barely affording $4 a gallon and just praying to get to $3.50.
I guess I don't understand what you mean. Is it worth?
Worth the expense, tax dollars, if Air Force One to modify it.
Well, listen, we obviously have to make sure that the Air Force One is safe and that it is protected. And so, $400 million is a lot of money, but, this is a target. Anytime Air Force One is in the air, so it seems to me this is a legitimate expense to make sure that our president and the media and the others who fly with them remain safe. We cannot ever allow a foreign government or foreign enemies to take out our president.
100%. And we know this president, unlike others in the past, has been a target more than any president should. Really appreciate always your time and your perspective, Steve Moore. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too. All right, for more joining us now is retired Army Brigadier General Mark Kimball, who served as Assistant Secretary of State for Political and Military Affairs during the George W. Bush administration. We were just talking with Steve there just about the developments that continue to arise by the hour, literally. We've got Iran talking about the Strait of Hormuz being closed, the U.S. trying to control that narrative and say it's not closed. In fact, CENTCOM saying that they are seeing vessels continue to go through. What do you make of all this back and forth as we have the MOU that was signed earlier this week, and now we're supposed to be in this phase of a lasting peace negotiation?
Well, I think you can look at it one of two ways. One way is that this is